And that's where we begin at this hour. The Metro is mourning 2 deputies killed while just doing their job. Thank you for joining us. I'm Paul Lucero in for Aisha Howard. So if you're just joining, 2 Cobb County deputies were shot in the line of duty last night. Cobb County Sheriff Greg Owens tells us the 2 were serving a warrant at a Marietta home. We're told they went up to the home, rang the doorbell, and no one answered. As they then walked to their car, another vehicle drove up to the deputies and they were ambushed. Today, we're hearing for the first time the chilling exchange over the police scanner in those moments as the deputies radioed in for help.
There's an officer not breathing. They have CPR in progress.
The officer signaled 50. They got him not breathing, not conscious, CPR in progress.
I heard someone advised the shooter is inside the residence.
Well, the sheriff says 2 suspects barricaded themselves inside the home, but were eventually taken into custody after an hours-long standoff. And today, of course, we continue our search for answers as the community mourns the loss of the 2 deputies. We have team coverage starting with Molly Oak live at the Cobb County Sheriff's Department. Molly, it's just a mix of emotions. It's just a terribly sad day there, huh?
Yeah, a really somber state here in Cobb County, and tragically 2 more names will be added to the list that's on this memorial. Just below, you can see 2 bouquets of flowers resting by the Cobb County Peace Officers Memorial outside of the Justice Center. The flag here also at half-staff in honor of the 2 deputies killed while serving a warrant for failure to appear in court on theft by deception charges.
These 2 deputies serve Cobb County with dignity and honor. Please pause with me for a second as we recognize these 2 lost deputies.
You can feel the sadness in the county this morning after what the sheriff called a night of heartache. Today we watched as 3 flags outside the adult detention center were lowered to half-staff as well. The sheriff says family of the deputies asked them to hold off on releasing the names until everyone in the family knows. However, we do know they both served with the department for more than 5 years. The sheriff says both men were young, bright deputies who served with both dignity and honor. He says both were married, calling them amazing husbands.
When one agency loses someone, we all lose someone. And I think every sheriff and every director and chief can attest to that. When this tragedy hurts our community, it hurts their community as well.
You're looking at video of the procession overnight beside me. The emotions have been felt all across the state as the sheriff is asking for prayers for both the families and the department. And that's happening. We've heard from law enforcement agencies, county by county by county, all saying their thoughts and prayers are here with Cobb County. Back to you all.
Definitely a night of heartbreak, as you said, Molly. And this shooting happened in the Hampton Glen area of Marietta. The 2-story house was the backdrop of the shooting and standoff with police. That's where we find 11 Alive's Karis Belger. Karis, of course, it's daylight now. Are you getting a better look at the damage to the home and the extent of what this crime scene looks like?
Yeah, we're actually getting a much clearer picture of what the home looks like now, and the damage is, as you can imagine, extensive. I'm going to step out so you can see what exactly we are looking at here. You can see clear inside of the house as soon as this truck goes by. Straight into the home, we can see into the dining room and into the living room. The garage door is completely gone, and even the upstairs windows are shattered. And neighbors have been walking up and down the street all morning. A few said they were inside of their homes for hours during the standoff, trying to text each other for information. One woman said she could hear several popping noises as police tried to get into the house. She said they sounded like fireworks. And another young woman whose parents live nearby said the experience is still shocking, and she's still trying to make sense of what exactly happened. Like everybody, they just, as soon as there was a warning what it was, just like everybody else, duck and cover, stay inside. Immediately, the whole neighborhood, they blasted out, stay inside, turn off your lights, just stay inside, away from windows, and that's what they did. I've also been talking to people in the neighborhood about the family that lived inside of the home. We're waiting to get some confirmation from the Cobb County Sheriff's Office before sharing those details. But once I have some more information, I'll be sure to keep you updated. Back to you.
Definitely a scary situation for neighbors there, but condolences also already pouring in for the Cobb County deputies, their family, and the department. Governor Brian Kemp releasing a new statement on Twitter just hours ago saying he and Mrs. Kemp are praying for the families and that we also owe these deputies and all other law enforcement a, quote, great debt of gratitude. The Fulton County Sheriff's Office also sending their condolences this morning, saying in part, quote, we stand ready to assist our law enforcement family in any way necessary during this tragedy. Of course, we will continue to stay on top of this story and we'll update you when new developments are released. You can get the latest updates online at 11alive.com or in our 11 Alive news app. It's free in your app store.